So dear students, today we will discuss about some more tags and attributes of the HTML. So the first attribute that we will discuss today is the BG color attribute. So what is the use of the BG color attribute of the body tag? The BG color attribute of the body tag is used for changing the background color of the whole web page. So as you can see here, this BG color attribute is given inside the body tag, and to this attribute we assign the name of the color. To whatever color we want to change the background of the web page, we can specify the name of that color. Here I have specified the name of the color as red. You can specify any other color such as yellow or blue or whatever. So it will change the background color of the web page to that particular color. Now we can also insert images inside the web pages. These images are called as the inline images, and these images, obviously, when we insert the images into a web page, we make it more appealing, more interesting and more attractive. So how can we insert images in a web page? For inserting images we use the img tag, and inside the img tag there is an attribute which is called as src, and to this attribute we assign the name of the image that we want to insert. And we can also give the path means the location where your image is stored or saved. So here you can see I have given img src see my documents, my pictures and car.apg. So the name of the image is car.jpg, and this car.jpg is stored inside a folder my pictures, and this my pictures folder is stored inside another folder, that is my documents, and this my documents is stored in the C drive. So here you may see that the img tag is used, and to the src attribute we assigned the location and the name of the image that has to be inserted. Now we can also set image as a background. So we had just learned about that we can change the background color. So if we want to apply an image as a background on the web page, then it could be done by putting a background attribute in the body tag. So you may see you will have to do the same the way you have inserted the image in the web page. The only difference is here is that we give this background attribute inside the body tag, and to that background attribute we assign the path and the name of the image. Here the name of the image is flower.jpg, and this flower.jpg is located at a particular location whose path we have given, the complete path we have given. So we have to give the complete path of that particular image, and then we can insert that particular image as a background of the web page. Now let us come to another topic, that is creating lists. So lists are generally given in sequential form or non-sequential form. So here you can see that list is a proper arrangement of the text in an organized manner. So there are two types of lists which are there, and example of both I have given. Above is the ordered list, where there is a particular sequence 1 2 3 or ABC or whatever. The next at the bottom you may see it is the unordered list, which is displayed with the bullets. So we can create both ordered and unordered lists in HTML. So we will learn about that how can we create the ordered and unordered list. So for creating an unordered list we use the OL tag, and inside the OL tag we have LI tag, which with each LI tag we have the single component of that particular list, and between the start OL tag and the end OL tag there could be many li tags depending upon how many elements you have in a list. So for example, here you may see, here we have a OL tag and list is starting, and there are three elements inside the ordered list, and they are Word, Excel and PowerPoint, and then the list is closed by the close OL tag. So this will display the Word, Excel and PowerPoint as 1, 2 and 3 in a sequence. Now, what is an unordered list? The unordered list is a list which does not have any particular sequence and they appear with the bullets. So the only difference between the ordered and unordered list is that in case of the ordered list we use the OL tag, in case of the unordered list we use the UL tag. So here you can see we have used the UL tag, and the UL tag, between the start UL tag and the end UL tag, we have three components or three elements: Word, Excel and PowerPoint. So here this Word, Excel and PowerPoint will be displayed in bullets that I will demonstrate you at the end of the session. So here you can just remember that the unordered list, for creating unordered list we use the UL tag. Then creating tables. So tables, as we all know, what are tables? Tables are the combination of rows and columns, and tables are used to organize data in proper manner. So we can create a table in HTML, as you can see, by using the table tag, and we have to specify the border, because if we don't specify the borders of the table will not be displayed. So it is really important that we should give some value to the border as 1 or 2 or 3. The more the value, the thickness is the more thicker the border is. Then the tr tag is used for creating a row. So here we have two tr tags, and inside each tr tag we have two td tags. So the td tags define the content of that particular row. Each td tag has a value for a single cell. So here you may see that we have two rows. The first row contains two cells, and these cells contain the values name and class. The next row contains two cells, and these two cells contain two values, Ravi and 8th. And at last we put the table tag, because the table ends here. Now, what are the hyperlinks? So hyperlinks are the links on which we click and we are placed to other place. A hyperlink could be a link to any web page, it could be a link to any image, it could be a link to any sound file, any video file, any movie or any game that you want to download or you want to play. So on the internet, the hyperlink is the only way for moving around. Means if you want to browse the internet, then you browse the internet by taking the help of the hyperlinks. So hyperlink is created by using the anchor tag, and anchor tag is depicted by the A, and inside the anchor tag we have an attribute that is called as href, that is hypertext reference, and again we have given the path to which, or the file path to which we want to link. So here the file is shop.html, which we want to link to the text shopping. So when we click on shopping, we are placed on shop.html, that is a web page. So it is a hyperlink, that shopping is a hyperlink, and this shopping hyperlink will take us to the web page shop.html, whose address we have assigned to href attribute. So uh, you may write some questions. The first question is, what is the use of the hyperlink? The second question is, what is the difference between OL tag and UL tag? The next question is, what tag we use to insert an image in a web page? Now I will demonstrate you that how we can do all these things. Now I have created a web page for you. Here you may see a web page is here, and this web page you may see contains a heading, that is title of the web page, that is creating list and tables. Then here you may see we have given body bg color is equal to yellow. It means the background color of the web page is yellow. Then we have inserted ordered list, you may see here. Then we have inserted an unordered list. Then we have inserted an image here, and then we have created a hyperlink. So now let us see what is the output of this. So you may see here, this is the output. So first let me explain you one by one. How, so you can see the title is creating list and tables. So first we have given, you may see the color at the background, and the color is yellow. So now let us change this color from yellow to some other color, that is we can give red, and we have to save it again, and we refresh it here. So you may see the color has changed to the red color. So again we may change the color to yellow, and now we save it again and we refresh. So you may see the color has again changed to the yellow color. Then we are starting the OL tag, and OL tag is starting a new ordered list. So here you can see the output of the ordered list, Word, Excel and PowerPoint, and they are in an ordered list 1, 2 and 3. Here we can also change the type of the list. If we give, we don't want to display 1, 2, 3, we want to display A, B, C, D, let's say, in an ordered list. So we can give type is equal to A, and here we can, you may see here it has changed to A, B, C, D. So they are the default is 1, 2, 3. If you don't give type is equal to capital A or small a, then the list will be displayed simply in 1, 2 and 3, you may see here. And then we have started the UL, that is the unordered list, from here, and you can see the result of the unordered list is this, that is the bullets with the word Excel and PowerPoint. So we have inserted an image here. You may see here an image is inserted, img src, and the path of the image is ESFSJ program thought.jpg. So the name of this image is thought.jpg, and it is inserted, you may see this image is inserted from this location. So we have to give the complete location of the image from where we are inserting the image. Then we have created a hyperlink. You may see a hyperlink is being created, and this hyperlink is You may see at the bottom there is a hyperlink demo. So where this demo hyperlink will take us. So you may see here we have given ahref and the path of the file, there is demo.html. So there is a file demo.html which is placed on the desktop, and we have given the complete path of the file, and then the hyperlink name is also demo. So when we click on this demo, we will reach to this file, that the file name is demo.html. So here you may see when we click on this file, I am clicking here on the demo. So you may see we have reached another file which is stored in this computer, that is called as demo.html. So in this way the hyperlink works. When we click on the hyperlink, it will take us to the file whose reference we have given here, to href. Now there is one topic which is left, is how to create a table. So we have some code written here. So here I have written the code for the table, that the table border 2, there are 2 rows and 2 columns, name class. So we save and we see that what is the output of this table. You may see here we have 2 rows. One row is this, created by the tr tag, and another row is this, we can create by the tr tag. So the first row has 2 cells, name and class. The other row also has 2 cells, that is Ravi and class A. So let us see what happens. So we have refreshed. So you can see here a table has come where we have name, class in the first row and Ravi and Ace in the next row. So now we can also increase a cell in a row. So how can we increase? We can increase a cell like this. We are increasing the cell. Here we are giving let's say class, and here we are giving house. House means in which house you are, red, blue, green, yellow. So here, so because we have added one more cell here, so here also we have to add a cell in the next row where we will give the value of the house. Let's say the value of the house is Z. And now we can create one more. So first let's see what is the output of this. We save it and we refresh it. So you may see here the house and the Z is added to the table. So now if we want to add one more row, so let's say we want to add one more row, so let us copy the code of the row and create another row, so that we don't have to type again and again. So here we are changing the values. Here we are giving Aman, class 8th, and house is, let's say, blue. And now we save it again. We have to save again and again whatever changes we have made, and we have to save those changes so that we can come to the web browser. So when we refresh, the changes should appear. So here we may see here only 2 rows are there, because previously we have 2 tr tags. Now we have added one more tr tag with the values Aman, Ace and blue. Now we refresh it and you may see Aman, Ace and blue. 3 more values are added to the table. 3 values in and a row. Or you can see, we can say that in a single row we have added a single row. With that we have added 3 cells which contain Aman, Ace and blue. So here we have seen all. There is one thing left, how to put a background image. So here we have seen that we have inserted an image. So let us remove this image from here and let us put this image to the background of the web page. Okay, we are copying the path and we delete this. It will not look good. So we will put the image to the background. So this image that we had put on the web page, now the same image we are putting to the background of the web page. So what we will do, either we can put a background image or background color. So here we are removing this background color, and here we are giving background is equal to, now we copy the path of the image, and we will see that this image which we had inserted inside the web page will be displayed as the background of the web page. Now save it again, and now you may see, come to the web page and refresh it. So now you may see that the image that we had inserted inside the web page is displayed at the background of the web page, because the image is small. That is why it is repeated at the background. Okay, thank you.